Hello everyone, I welcome you on my YouTube channels. So myself Dr. Satish Polshettiwar. We are discussing today a pre-formulation and product scale-up, which is the most crucial phases in pharmaceutical developments, pre-formulation and product scale-up studies. Whether you are B pharmacy students or pursuing M pharmacy, a PhD scholar with a focus on pharmaceutics, these topics lay the scientific and industrial foundation for formulation success. So let's discuss these topics. So by the end of this video, you will able to learn the importance and goal of preformulation studies, key physiochemical and biopharmaceutical properties analyze, and product development strategies, importance of these preformulations, then step-by-step process a scaling of formulations, determine the drug-excipient compatibility, aids in selection suitable dosage forms, and predict potential formulation challenges, and finally we'll see regulatory tools which is used in preformulation scale-up studies. So they are the prerequisites. Every pharmacist must understand these terms. That is, what is preformulation parameters, what is dossier, what is ICH WHO guidelines, DMF, CFR 21, five common FD application in drug and biologicals like IND, NDA, ANDA, BLA, OTC, SNDA, CMC, that is chemistry, manufacturing and control, CTD, ECTD, and ACTD, 483 observations, qualification, software use in optimization process, like we use Minitabs, design experts, Statistica, etc. Six Sigma, DMAC models, QBD, very, very important, that is quality by designs. Then SUPAC guidelines, CGMP, platform technology, regulatory bodies like US FDA, CDSO, EMA, etc. Calibration validations, DS and DP, that is drug substance and drug products, SOP, and CDR. These are the very important prerequisites in order to understand these pre-formulation and scale-up studies. So let us talk about this drug discovery and developments. We all know pre-formulation is the phase where we study the physical, chemical, and mechanical properties of drug substance to design a stable, safe, effective dosage forms. That is very important. Whenever you have a new dosage form, a new drugs, we always aim to develop a safe and effective, stable and affordable dosage forms in order to maintain and to get and to achieve this identity, safety, efficacy, and purity and potency. Why it is important? Because in order to predict the formulator behavior, reduce development time and cost, prevent future stability or compatibility issue. So pre-formulation parameter very, very important because directly it impact on manufacturing, storage, and performance. So finally, you're getting dosage forms. Outcome is to get safe, effective, and stable and affordable dosage form. That is the outcome of any drug development and discovery process from new drug to dosage forms. So the best case study in order to understand why pre-formulation is very, very important. So ritonavir, that is was patented in 1993 and marketed in 1996 by Abbott Laboratories. And this drug was on the market for 18 months before a serious problem emerged. The drug began precipitating out of formulation in large quantities. One of the most notorious pharmaceutical in polymorphism community because of very famous late appearing polymorph events. This is the best example of pre-formulation. Why pre-formulation is very, very important during development process, because this is the one of the case study, a famous example of conformational polymorphisms. We can see the article which is published by Abbott. This was a study. We can see why this polymorph of forms. So let us understand why this pre-formulations is very, very important and critical. Just take the example of whenever you're applying for any job. So recruiters are always, check your identity, check your all the profiles, whether you are suitable for that particular job post or not. Why? Because if the companies or recruiters not checking your all the profiles, then probably you will be not stable candidate for that industry. Likewise, whenever you take a new drug, when you're taking for the development phase, always check its all the physical, chemical, and mechanical properties so that we can make it a stable and we can say affordable, effective medicines. Similarly, for this job, for the pre-formulation candidates, so always we need a stable candidates which is adaptable and flexible and sustain and would be asset for any organizations. That is very, very important in drug development process. So what is the basic objective behind this? Uh, we can say pre-formulation study. The basic objective behind pre-formulation is to characterize the drug substance. in order to make a safe, effective, affordable dosage forms. So we always characterize drug substance and drug products. Then identify formulation challenges. What are the formulation challenges are introduced in the formulations that need to be firstly checked? Nowadays we use the QBD, quality by design. We always check critical attributes like CPP, CMA, and we can say uh, uh, critical process attributes, critical material attributes. That is very very important. Then critical quality attributes. Then optimize the formulation design. In order to get a proper formulation, a stable formulation, we need to optimize the formulation design. Then establish stability indicating assay. Very very important to establish stability data. That is another objective of pre-formulation studies. So goal of pre-formulation study: the formulation is the first step in the rational development of dosage form, a drug substance alone when combined with excipients. In order to generate a useful information to the formulator designed to optimum drug delivery system. Second, to establish the necessary physiochemical parameters of new drug substance. To determine the kinetic rate profiles, very very important, we have to determine the kinetic rate profiles, establish physical characteristics, to establish the compatibility with common excipients, because we are using a lot of excipients during the formulation studies. We need to understand the compatibility with the excipients. Recently I have introduced one AI based formulation design applications, Form AI, in collaboration with JE Enforce Private Limited, Pune. Already I have introduced one video on YouTube, so you can definitely check that and go through that. Definitely, it will be helpful for all the formulator to predict the all the data which is required to make a stable dosage forms. So in physical properties, we always check the organoleptic characterization, bulk characterization, solubility analysis, stability analysis. In case of chemical properties, we always check hydrolysis, reduction, oxidation, racemization, polymerizations. In case of physical properties, we always use in the organoleptic properties color order tests. In case of bulk characterization, we check crystallinity, polymorphisms. That return aware one of the best example. A case study we can see how preformulation is very very important. Hygroscopicity is very important. Fine particle characterizations, powder flow properties in case of tablet capsule, very very important. Solubility analysis, pK determination, pH solubility profile, common ion effects, effect of temperature, solubilization, partition coefficient, dissolution study, very very important. In case of stability analysis, we always check the stability in terms of toxicology formulations, solubility stability, pH rate profile, solid state stability, compatibility also, as well as liquid stability, that is called as solution stability. In case of chemical properties, we always go with the stability degradation pathway, rate under various condition, temperature, humidity, light, pH. In case of pH solubility profile, we always check solubility as a function of pH, crucial for oral viability. Hydrolysis, susceptibility or degradation to presence of water, oxidation and photostabilities. So mechanical properties, always we check powder flow, compressibility and friability. We can see the effects. So they are the common drug substance properties, characteristic and physical, chemical, mechanical properties in one chart I have prepared. Definitely it will be useful. You can go through it. So this is the oral preformulation study schematic representations. Whenever you develop a new drug substance, a new moiety, we have to always make it suitable dosage forms through optimization, therapeutic formulation development, yeah, toxicokinetic studies. Then we have to go with preformulation testing at various stages, physical testing, then regulatory perspective you have to look at, then chemical analytical testing we have to do it. Then finally we'll come to the formulation developments as per the ICH-Q8 guidelines. Then formulation analysis of stability, impurity, drug excipient stability, pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic evaluation, very important, PKPD study. And finally, we'll go with the large scale production and marketings. This is we always called as scale up studies, how we can bring it from the molecule, from the lab to bench to your bedside. This is the flow how pharmaceutical developments is covered in ICH Q8 R2 guidelines, which is published in May 2006. So first you have to always select the proper excipients and process parameter as per the QPD guidelines. We always look at the CMA and CPP, very very important, in order to optimize excipient level and characteristic of process parameters. This is very very important. And finally, then you can go with the pharmaceutical product scale up studies. Product scale is very very important. In laboratory scale we always prepare 100 to 500 gram, then we'll take it to the pilot scale where we take it at 1 to 10 kilogram, then production scale more than 100 kg, batches we have been taken. In scale-up consideration, always we design the equipment differences. What is the effect of blenders, granulators, tablet pressures in mixing time, shear, drying time, batch uniformity, and process controls. Very, very important because all these critical process parameter, that is we referred as CPP, where we always check mixing speed, granulation endpoint, drying temperature, compression force, and always we always documents the master formula records, batch manufacturing record, SOP, validation protocols in perspective with the regulatory guidelines. We always take it into considerations. So to then regulate tools which we use in the scale-up studies, that is SUPAC guidelines, then process analytical technology, that is PAT, and quality bed design, that is called as QBD. In order to summarize this session, pre-formulation is about knowing your molecule. Scale-up is about making it work on bigger stage, because good formulations start with smart pre-formulation. Successful products are born from efficient scale-ups. That is very important. From both are essential for regulatory success and market readiness, because that is very important. So thank you very much for watching this my very important video. If you like it, please subscribe my channel and click on the bell button so that you will be getting the all updated video to my channels. Thank you once again.